we've got the fried chicken, the curry mutton, rice, steamed veg. Oh, look at that. What a thumbnail. What a thumbnail. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have not said that in maybe about 4 months. Welcome back to my channel guys. If you're new, drop a comment down below and let me know where you're coming from. If you are a returning and loyal sub, this is for you, because oh my gosh man, where do I start? This is really weird for me right now, by the way, because you guys know I release recipes. This is what I do on all my channels and everything, but I do not think it would be authentic for me not to share where my head is at right now. I'm battling a few things mentally, and that's made it really hard for me to be on camera and just be like, oh, you know, let's go back a little bit. I put out a message on my YouTube community page, if you guys have seen that, yeah, saying that, you know, I was coming back to YouTube and then I was going to be sharing with you guys what's been happening over the past few months, Then more happened, and yeah, I kind of struggled to do this, to be face to face with the camera and not get upset, not showcase my emotions. And I think it's really important to showcase your authentic self and not feel guilty about it. And sometimes I can be really hard on myself when it comes to feeling anxious, feeling depressed, and not sharing it with people. I just feel like I want to get my job done and do that, but I also realize that a lot of you that follow me, you've got real lives, you're real humans, you're going through a lot of things, and you know, that's all of us, that makes us all human. I wanted to come on here and start it, not doom and gloom, but just say, first of all, if anyone is watching this and having a tough time, just know that tough times don't last, and you can really bounce back from the situation that you're in. This year I released my cookbook. Great stuff. That was one of the updates that I would have been giving you guys at the time. And thank you to everyone that's bought my book. That has been one of the biggest accomplishments of my life, and every time I get feedback on the book, it just helps me in taking that next step forward, because I always wonder, you know, am I doing things right? I am doing this on my own. Like, I don't have someone saying, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. I literally stay up, look on Google and research and do my thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really appreciate you guys for supporting me. You've just been 10 out of 10 with that. Decided I wanted to open a delivery only restaurant. Unfortunately, that's not happened anymore. I'm not going to go into it, but just business, sometimes things don't work out the way you want it to. God's got a different plan for later. So, you know, I just kind of took that as another lesson. And also, this is another PSA to do with the book. If any of you have bought the book, you may or may not have noticed that some of the QR codes in the book aren't working. That was another lesson learned in business for me. Basically, I had to take my book off of Amazon, and now it is back on. I did not want to continue selling that book without resolving big issues like that. And again, it was really hard to share that with everyone and like try and keep everyone updated whilst my head was just going, oh. So yeah, so now that problem is resolved. There is a Sundays cookbook recipe playlist. I'm gonna put a screenshot of it here where you can find it, but it's on my YouTube. So if you have my book and your QR codes aren't working, you should now be able to find a recipe playlist on my YouTube. And in the new copy, or let me say the copy that's now on Amazon, when you buy it, you scan and you will see that recipe playlist as well. So yeah, that's the update on the book front. What else has happened in the past few months? I went on my first overseas collab. Guys, I'm just gonna slot in just like a little snippet of something that I shot from there, but that was a dream come true, honestly. I can't believe that I was able to go on a trip and experience that side of life, because I'm letting you guys know, yeah, this is real. Like, now I'm getting comfy. Couldn't do this before. I could not. Even holding a conversation now to talk about the past is really hard, but now that I'm doing it with YouTube, it feels a little bit easier. And maybe it's just because, I don't know, I actually love doing YouTube, so it's just something that, a part of the journey that I've always wanted to share. This literally is like living a dream. So when something happens, when an email comes through and it's like, whoa, you've got this job opportunity, like, it's just as much of a shock to me as when I first started as to now. I still pinch myself all the time and think, wow, you know, how is this even happening? I'm so blessed, and I'm very appreciative of the love and support that I get from everyone. Yeah, and that trip really showed me that. When I went there, I was just very grateful. I was there on my birthday. I felt like I could really unwind and relax, and yeah. But as I said, when you are trying to, I guess, make your dreams come true, sometimes things can come on the radar that you're not expecting, but I believe are sent as lessons to make you stronger. I thought that I was going to come back from my trip to Greece, be filming, booming, book coming out, restaurant opening, boom. Guys, everything came crumbling down. Even saying it now, I'm thinking, am I really going to edit this and put it in the vlog? I'm about to put it in here because it's real stuff. And yeah, just use all of this as your sign to never give up. I don't know if this is all making sense. Skip straight to the cooking part if you wish. But I just really feel like it's important to share your experiences and know that your situation can make you stronger. As hard as it is, what you can take from it is just learning how to be your best self, your authentic self, and enjoy your life. All my milestones are very important to me because it just shows that you started somewhere, you didn't give up, and now look where you are. That's the lesson that it taught me in going back to YouTube now, is that this whole time I've been worried, anxious, feeling sad, and just not knowing how to articulate that, but I've still been hitting milestones in ways where I guess if I gave myself a bit of credit where it was due, then I would really see that, you know, you're a strong woman. You've been through a lot and you're still coming out on top. You're still showing people that you can keep on, you know, just living through your dreams authentically. And that's what seeing me hit 20k did for me. Even all the struggles that have come over the past few months, like I said, they've just been lessons that have really helped me grow and helped me start again. So this is my way of saying I'm starting again, or no, let me say continuing on with this. I did my hair as well, guys. How does it look? A couple times I was actually like getting ready to come into the kitchen, camera up, everything, ingredients ready, everything, and then yeah, was just too anxious to do it. So that's why I really want this to be a sign for someone where if you decide that you can't do something today, that's okay. Like, you need to give yourself credit where it's due for even like trying, acknowledging, seeing that something is going on, and you want to heal, you want to help yourself, you know what I mean? So yeah, today I've just decided to cook something that makes me feel good. It also reminds me of my nan, so and I miss her at the moment. I really feel like she'd be able to give me some wisdom. So this is my way of sharing my happiness with you guys, is through cooking. So I'm gonna make some curry mutton and either some fried chicken or some baked chicken. I'm not really sure. I would rather the fried chicken with it, but I can't be bothered to do the whole, I don't know, it feels like a Sunday dinner meal when really it's just midweek, and I thought you guys deserve a little soul food cooking. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, when you're not feeling good and you just need that soul, you just need that soul food. That's what I'm making today. So follow along. The ingredients list will always be in the description down below. I've not said that in so long. You guys don't understand that I've missed this so much. It's like when I look into the camera, you guys are all there, but you're not. But it's nice, you know. Anyway, let's get straight into seasoning up our nuts. Okay, and before any of you lot are worried, I've tied back my hair. You know, we're being clean round here. This is like 750 grams of diced mutton shoulder. You can use goat meat, you can use mutton, yeah, you can use leg, you can use shoulder. Yeah, leg or shoulder is best. I'm using shoulder. And then here I've literally just got 4 chicken legs. It's a combo thing. Anyone that's Jamaican, come drop a comment and let people them know. When you have curry goat, white rice, piece of fried chicken, I'm in a bit of a dilemma. So I went to the shop and I got cabbage, of course, because with this you either gotta have coleslaw or steamed cabbage. Personally, because I can't, the mayo thing for me is just too much all the time. Oh god, my favourite drink. Yeah, we're going to do some steamed veg, I think, and a ginger beer to go alongside everything as well. So let's season this up. Here I have some fresh thyme, 1 chopped small onion, 2 chopped garlic cloves, and like a 1/4 of a Scotch bonnet pepper chopped up. I've left some of the seeds there because I love spice. If you don't like spice, you can take out some of the seeds as well. You don't even need to include them. These are what we call our seasonings. So as much as we're going to add some dry seasonings, these are the seasonings, like the vegetable, as my nan would say. And we're just going to add that in. But I'm going to save this because I need to chop some spring onion as well. Oh, another PSA, guys, whilst I'm doing this. So I'm going to be doing a Sundays series where all the recipes in my book, I will be cooking them for YouTube. So you guys will be able to see me cook and eat and taste all of the recipes on my book. So I'm just chopping up 1 spring onion. I'm not even doing it finely, I'm just roughly chopping it because it's going to stew down anyway into some small pieces. Spring onion in there. I'm gonna just freestyle, to be fair. We're getting back into the swing of things, so we're going to make everything nice and easy. Starting with one of my favourite seasonings of all time. If you're an OG sub, then you know. Ginger, garlic and pimento seasoning. I measure by eye, but guys, I'm going to put the ingredients in the description below. That's about a teaspoon of that. I love it so much. Then I'm going to add some whole pimento as well, because I just think it, I don't know, as much as you've got the ground pimento in there, you need this. And I know a lot of people hate when it gets on your plate. Me, I will literally chew this when it's on my plate. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of ground ginger as well. Probably about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. We're going to put some garlic granules in there as well. I'm being heavy with the seasonings today because I'm not letting it marinate. Don't come for me now. I'm doing it this way because I don't have much time, and it will still taste good, you know what I mean? I know you lot trust me. Oh, that's fish seasoning. Need some all-purpose in there as well. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of that. So I'm also going to add some Maggi Liquid Seasoning, about 1 tablespoon of this. And what I'll do, I'll make a note in the ingredients list of, if you let it marinate overnight, then obviously certain things will be slightly different. But as it goes, this is the ingredients list for right now. Like if you went to the shop, got everything right now, and you was making it now. I'm still gonna let it marinate for maybe like, I don't know, about 30 minutes whilst I do the chicken as well. Alright, so we're gonna add, this says 1/2 tablespoon, but it feels like a tablespoon. This is the curry powder that I live by, absolutely live by. Been taught this through generation to generation. Better pack curry powder, the best. A bit of garlic salt as well, because it's mutton. You'll find that it kind of has I can't really explain the taste, but obviously it's a meaty taste, but it still needs It just needs to be well seasoned. So we're going to give this a nice mix. And as I said, actually, was that about a tablespoon? Yeah, it was about a tablespoon of curry powder. We're going to leave this to sit for a few minutes whilst I marinate the chicken. And then literally we're going to put this straight on, because one thing about mutton, it's, let me try and get this right, it's an older meat. It's either mutton that's younger or goat that's younger, but basically the older meat takes longer to cook. It needs to get tender and stuff like that, so you kind of just have to let it go low and slow. But you see that? That's the colour that you want. That's the nice colour that you want. And then when you're cooking this, you brown off a little bit of the curry powder in the pan. Gives you a nice colour as well. Now, for the chicken, I think I'm literally going to, I don't think I've done it on my channel before, but we are going to, we're going to fry, you know what, we're going to fry it. It's only 4 pieces. So I'm going to get some all-purpose seasoning, that same garlic, ginger and pimento seasoning, some smoked paprika this time as well, some black pepper. For 4 pieces, let's say half a teaspoon. If it was like 8, it would be a whole teaspoon. Then we're going to add some smoked paprika. This is going to be about half a teaspoon as well. I'll probably say half a teaspoon of everything that I'm about to add in here. So half a teaspoon of all-purpose, half a teaspoon of the ginger, garlic and pimento seasoning as well, and half a teaspoon of garlic granules. Give this a mix. And then what I'm going to do in a bit is I'm going to make a chicken coating from scratch. Now normally what I'll do, if I'm only making 4 pieces like this, I will just quickly do this in the bowl, add some milk to this, let it soak, then I'll put the flour and extra seasoning on top, because ain't no one got time. Here's your chicken pieces. We're going to leave those for a bit as well. Just at least leave any meat that you're seasoning for at least 30 minutes. Just giving it that time will give it something. But aside from that, overnight, covered in the fridge, always the best bet. And now we're gonna literally get into cooking this meat, because it's gonna take a while to cook. I want to say, because it's a small amount, it could only take 3 hours, but it's because I like to cook it slow. Don't rush when you cook mutton or goat or anything like that. It's just nice when it's cooked down tender. I'm gonna add like a tablespoon of oil, just a little drizzle in there, and then just stir it over the heat. You could also add some garlic cloves into this as well. Because it's a small amount and I've got some garlic in there, I'm just going to leave it like this. And then literally I'm going to pour the whole thing into this and just brown off the meat. Add the meat and brown for probably about 10-15 minutes. But what I also like to do, you could literally put, with this part, what I like, put the lid on and almost let it sweat. It will release its natural juices whilst it's browning and it won't burn. That's what I just love about this part. It's great. Whilst this is kind of doing that, we're going to boil a kettle, and we're going to boil the kettle and get a little stock ready. Now in this bowl, the same seasoning bowl, I'm just going to add 1 beef stock cube. You can use a lamb stock cube, but anything meat based. And I'm going to add about a cup of boiling water into this, or a 3/4 cup, and just dissolve, that in the water. Turn down, so I can hear this pot going a bit crazy. Yeah. When it's been about 10 minutes and you just keep checking on that meat, turn it right down, and let it sweat. It sounds like a very weird expression, but it basically means you're just letting all the juices come out of the meat. Yeah, all of the natural juices before you cook it down with the stock and everything. Okay, so that's that. It smells delicious already. And then this stock that we have here, I'm literally just going to pour that in there. And in my pan, it literally just about covers. Like, you don't want to fully submerge. You just want it to be surrounded. And if anyone thinks this is too much, I'm letting you know, this needs to slow cook for hours. So you need that stock in there. And I don't like to add it later because it just feels like it waters it down. Like, if you put it in there from now, all those juices, everything will just marinate together. And you're good. Anyone that does that, you know the pot's going to taste nice. So yeah, we're going to put this on, I would say, let's leave it on low for 2 hours. I may add some potatoes to this, which you do normally in the last half an hour of cooking. So we'll see how we get on. But that's basically it. So we're going to leave that for like 2 hours on low. Okay, so now I'm going to make the seasoning flour for the chicken. I did say I was going to do it in the bowl, and then I thought, let me show you guys the quickest and easiest and less messy way of doing chicken. This is about a 3/4 cup, a half cup to a 3/4 cup of flour. The key is, depending on what recipe I'm doing, I'll do the same amount of dry ingredients that I use on the chicken in the flour. My fried chicken recipe is on my page already. Yeah, it actually is on my page already. This is literally just a freestyle, so something that I do really quick if I'm just like not rushing, but you know. Then just mix it up, or even if you can't be bothered to do that, I love this container, it's the best, especially for this. Just lock it in, give it a shake. Got our chicken that literally just sat for probably about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to add a little bit of milk, not too much because I don't want to make all the seasoning drop off. I just give it a nice little, you know, just like this. Put it in the box container. Give this a shake. And then you've got your chicken legs. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop these back into this. And I'm going to add these two in here. Just to give it a little more, you know, a little more love. Put that on there again, give that a little shake. So I'm not even gonna not re-dip these fully, but just a little bit, you know, just kind of, hold on, let me show you, just kind of like that, nothing too serious. And then once that is done, I'm literally gonna do the same thing. So it's kind of like it got a double dip, but it didn't, because it's like a quick version of what I'm doing. I just want to make sure it's fully coated and it's got enough. Yeah, and then I'm not getting flour all over myself. There is your chicken legs all ready to go. Alright, our oil should be good now, because as I said, it's not a lot of oil, so I like to put it on a medium high. You want to get it nice and crispy, but you also don't want to burn your chicken. So we're just going to shake off the excess flour, and there we go. So for chicken legs, it should take, if you're just frying it in the pot, it should take about 15 minutes, 15 to 20, turning them halfway. Obviously if you're deep fat frying them, then they're fully submerged, you won't need to flip them. We are going to put them into a preheated oven that will be preheated at 180 in an electric oven. And yeah, that's basically it. Now, because I am putting these in the oven, I've literally flipped them after about 5 minutes on each side. And then, look at that. So I'm just going to put these onto a tray. So these are our chicken pieces, which I'm just going to put in the oven now for about 15 minutes at 180. The steamed veg portion of the video. So we're going to get a carrot, a small, what's this called again? Cabbage, white cabbage, and then I just want some cucumber for on the side, so I'm going to chop this up as well. So this is a little quick recipe as well, and it's on my channel and in my book. And if you're also wondering why am I peeling a carrot like this, I saw my grandma doing it once, and ever since then I've never really looked back. You just want to julienne these or cut them into thin strips. So I just do it like this and then cook them down until they're nice and soft in a seasoned butter. It's been about an hour for this. So you can see it's still got the stalk around it. I'm not going to add anything more to it yet. So we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of butter in there and just melt that down. To this I'm going to add the spring onions, just to get them soft. I'm going to add a little bit of the ginger, garlic and pimento seasoning, about half a teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, and I'm going to add some garlic granules as well. I personally like to add my carrots first, so I'm kind of putting those to the side so I can put my carrots at the bottom of the pan, and then I'm going to put the cabbage on top, because the carrots take a little longer to get soft. So I find that if I just put them on the bottom of the pan and then leave the cabbage at the top and then mix it with all the seasonings afterwards, then I'll be good. So literally it's as simple and easy as that. And then I like to put a dash of light soy sauce into it as well, just that much. That's why I didn't add any salt. And then finally I'm going to add some black pepper as well. And then I'm going to let this cook. It should take 15 minutes to steam, but I'm literally going to turn it on low and just let it do its thing. That's the beauty. Sorry, this is a little loud. That's the beauty, I think, of yard food or Jamaican cooking, is that you can literally cook a lot of things just low, slowly. Don't rush it. You don't need to. Just let it, you know. And then put the lid on this and let it steam. I'm going to check back on it in about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to stir everything together as well. Oh, and actually, hold on. When I washed it, I left a little bit of water in there because this is going to release water as well. I'm just adding a little bit. You don't want the bottom of the pan to be dry because then your veg will burn. So yeah, come back to this, cover it, come back in about 15 minutes. Here is our baked fried chicken. I'm just going to leave it in the oven to rest now. And then our steamed veggies. Actually turn this off now. This is looking perfect. And that's the quick version of my steamed veg. Okay, so this is our meat after about 2 hours. So it's like nearly there, but not fully there. You see this oil here? I'm literally just going to get a spoon, press down and remove this, because you don't want all this on your plate. When it goes hard, it just solidifies and you don't want that. So add in, literally I've added in 1 chopped potato. And then I'm going to add in like an 1/8 cup of water. And then just put the potatoes into that. I could have actually cut up another potato. I thought one would be enough. But you know what? I'm leaving it like this. It's not potato curry. So yeah. So then we're going to leave it like this again for like another 30 minutes. And those potatoes are going to get soft. It's going to thicken up what's here. Yeah. So there we have our rice. Steamed veg, the curry mutton, look at that, juicy, delicious. Oh, I can't wait to go and try this. Look at that. Now I'm going to plate this up and then we can give it a taste test. Okay, so here we have the full reveal. So we've got the fried chicken, the curry mutton, rice, steamed veg. Oh, look at that. White rice and curry goat is just unmatched. White rice and curry goat is just unmatched. It's actually this chicken, fire. Look at that. The mutton. Listen to me now. This is proper things. Oh my gosh, I could clap off the whole something. Oh my god. If you want to see the full eat with me, go to my TikTok. I might upload it to my shorts as well. Just did a little, I'm going to try something new, guys. This chicken, fire. Look at that. The mutton. Listen to me now. This is proper things. Oh my gosh, I could clap off the whole something. If, woo. But this here, you have to try this combo. The fried chicken, curry mutton, or curry goat, doesn't really matter. Steamed veg has to be white rice, and you know, sorry, I can see myself here. You know, if you add on some mac and cheese to this meal, you're gone clear. Or if you put coleslaw with it, blowing it out the water, mate. Out of the water. This is like what you'd expect to find at a function. It's the chicken for me though, I'm not gonna lie. This is the best. Best way to bring in, me talk with my mouth manners. The best way to bring in 20k. Like honestly, this meal here is what I'd make for you all. Celebration meal, function food. This was the perfect thing to make. Clearly I was onto something here. Sorry guys, I know I've just gone into it, all into it, but trust me, make this at home. And as I said, thank you if you stayed for the portion of the video where I was talking about my mental health and how I'm feeling at the moment. Yeah, I really appreciate it a lot, because to do this took a lot. So the fact that I'm sitting here at the end with you guys eating the meal feels mission accomplished. This here, it's this, you know. Hold on, can you see that? The potato is like mashed potato, but in still solid. Great, look, it just fell apart here, if I can get it. There's so much flavour in this whole meal. I can't wait to clap it down. But let me stop for a second. Let me go wash my hands. Well, I said if you want to see the full eat with me, but it wasn't actually recording, so sorry about that. But thank you so much for watching this video. Go and see what eat with me I did manage to get and film. Obviously it was a little bit of a, yeah. But yeah, no, seriously guys, thank you so much for 20k. This sounds so flat, but I'm just grateful that I got to the end of this video. One, because I've just been, like I said, struggling mentally, and it's been really hard to get in front of a camera. So the fact that I did that today is like a woohoo, little hooray moment. And yeah, I'm just really happy back doing what I love. I love creating content, and this really is your sign. If you ever feel just like overwhelmed, go back to reset, like resetting, finding who you are, loving who you are. The things that I've been through in my life, I feel like I've constantly looked at my, I don't know, my situation as enough to understand who I am, rather than asking myself, what do I want? What do I like? And what's my purpose? And now I've been doing all of that, and it's not been easy, but day by day, brick by brick, I'm building my empire. So if you're entertained, stay here for the ride, because I can't give up now. I can't. Yeah. Sending love and light to everyone watching this video. See you in the next one.